Chapter 1. Get into the game. Life begins when you get out of the grandstand and into the game. P.L. Debevoise. Across America and around the world, sports are part of our culture and tradition. Generation after generation, we encourage our children to play sports and get into the game. On a bright, sunny day, Millie was playing in her garden with her brother Milo and her friend Mona. As they had fun watering the plants, a swarm of dragonflies flew out of a bush. Ah! Run! Away from everyone. So I asked her if she wanted to grab a coffee, and Angela said yes. As a matter of fact, I don't even like coffee, so I don't even know why I suggested it. I never know how to order it to begin with. Basically, nobody really likes coffee, so they make it taste like anything but coffee. Well, screw that. I ordered the most punk rock cup of coffee on the list. Plain black.
Moving quickly toward the back of the barn, I stay well away from the side, reducing any chances of them seeing me pass by. The rain begins as the first rumbles of thunder arrive. There's a man standing watch near the pickup. I curse softly. I can't approach while he's there. He's armed with an SKS rifle, more than a match for my 9mm carbine. There's no way I can win a firefight with these guys. I'm going to have to use stealth and the silence of my suppressor if I have any chance of coming out of this alive.
After reading The Coming Spiritual Earthquake, it answered so many questions that other traditional teachings were lacking in key areas. Now, the Book of Revelation makes more sense. Jim Harmon has a gift, which allows him to use scripture to support doctrine as he lets the Bible interpret itself. The Possum and the Raccoon. The Choctaws knew Possum when he had hair on his tail. Possum's tail was gray with white hair mixed in, and it was very nice to look at. Introduction. The effects of conversations on our lives cannot be understated. If you're like most college students, you'll get very little help in finding your first big job. She taunted me in her garbled drawl. "This is gonna be fun! You crazy freak! Fresh meat's crying! Fresh meat's crying!" She giggled insanely. I sobbed harder. I knew I had to get up, had to keep fighting if I hoped to have any chance of escaping this hellhole alive. But she was so strong, and I felt so frail and powerless. A town full of mystery and intrigue. Corrupt politicians. An out-of-control police force. A wealthy family who controls everything. It is now estimated that at least 25% of the population of America is involved in some measure with what is considered esoteric philosophy or New Thought religion. And right in the mainstream of this consciousness is the truth that God is boundless wealth, and as expressions of the infinite, we have an abundant inheritance. She ran inside and called Millie and Milo from her iPad. After a few seconds, their smiling faces popped up on her screen.
Let me show you what I made this morning. This is a virus. Viruses are very tiny. We cannot even see them, but they can make us very sick.